What's going on, everybody? C4 and welcome to the finale of Season 2 of the Ultimate Rebuilds, where we are using the 1-14-1 LA Rams, who possess the #1 overall pick. Head coach Joseph Rogan has decided to step out from the podcast world and step in to the GM/coach position. He's getting that double duty, the Bill Belichick, to try and turn it around. Now, in Season 1, I think we had 2 Super Bowls. We did 5 episodes, and we had 2 Super Bowls. Here in Season 2, I think we've made the a championship game once. So we've been struggling. So looking at our roster here, what we're starting out with, there's some pieces. You got some pieces here. It's kind of similar to what the real Rams are and to what their true weakness is. So we have Sam Ehlinger. If you guys would have watched the one of the most recent NCAA rebuilds, we did the Longhorns and Ehlinger was there. He's 30. He's an 88. So that is an awkward spot because at 30, that's when guys start to just not get any better. And in reality, your goal should be to try to get a 90 overall quarterback. So, we might not have time, though. We're going to have to just say, unless there's a can't pass up quarterback prospect, and then we may be able to trade Ehlinger for something on the trade block. He's probably going to be our QB. We have a nice looking running back here in Marcel Pearson. He's 23, he's an 84, the quick dev, so he's probably going to be our future running back for this. 91 fullback's nice. Our wide receiver core, we have good numbers. Age, Killings is 29, it's a 3-year rebuild. He's probably going to resort, he is already a slot, so that's fine. Then we got 2 27-year-olds, Margarito Parnell and Stephon Gardner. Both those guys should be fine. So our wide receiver core should be on point. We don't have to really worry about that. Tight end, we have Colby Parkinson, a real player from Stanford. One of the top tight end prospects in college right now. He's a 90. Again, should be good there. Offensive line, we don't really have an answer here at left tackle yet. However, we have a 92 left guard, 89 center, Eric McCoy, a real center for the University of Texas. So Ehlinger and McCoy, nice little pairing there. 85 right guard, he's 26 and an 8. So really we need 2 tackles, but the interior should be fine, so that's nice. Defense, though, is where it is weak. We have a 79 D end, no right end, no real baller at D tackle. Our linebacking core is incredibly average. Secondary is where it gets a little bit better. Shawn Acho's 85. We have Strickland, that's an 80. We have Grant Delpit currently at LSU right now. He's a really, really good safety. He's a 92, but he's 30, so we don't know if he'll be able to last the entirety of the rebuild. So pretty much we got to go all in on defense. Defense and tackles is where we need to go. Usually, tackles are easy to find. It's going to be the defense that's going to be tough. And unless there's a can't-miss quarterback prospect, we're probably be rocking and rolling with Ehlinger. But first up is free agency. Let's pop in and see if we can make some meaningful additions. All right, so as we look into free agency, we had about $50-some million worth of salary cap. So we're going to try to splash just a little bit. First up here, we have a 83 tackle that we will slide to left or right. So be it. We're the top leading getters. 27, 83. Could get him to 85. Should be serviceable. Just kind of eliminating one of the big-time positions we need to draft. And we need to hit on our draft. Because we've been drafting really, really, really well. But you can't guarantee it. And the more focus we can put on the defensive side, the better. However, I'm sick and tired of getting bullied around. We have a 26, 85 overall linebacker. The only player really on the defensive side that's not 30 plus. We needed it. I'm sick and tired of the Cardinals, the Redskins, the Dolphins constantly bidding like 40 points higher than everyone else. So we came in. We're the leading bidders for Lippett. We got to get him. We got to get him, man. Let's go. We got both of them. We got Barry Lippett. We got Norman Davidson. We got 2 spots. Now we just need a middle linebacker, right outside linebacker, probably a strong safety, probably a right tackle, and we're golden. And then, and then just everywhere on the defensive line. So here's our draft class. I was looking through it. It looks outstanding. There's a couple other teams. I think the Chargers had a really solid one. We got a couple 70s and 80, obviously with the first overall pick, but this to show that there's just good players. Look at that, 70, all that. 4 straight guys over 75. There's a bunch of good drafts going around, but ultimately happy with what we did. We are running a different scheme. We're not running the 3-4. So in the first round, we got an 81 superstar defensive end, #1 overall. Thought about trading back to maybe get, some team that wanted a quarterback or something like that. But ultimately, this guy looked like he ticked all the boxes, had the speed, had the strength. And what we're going to do at that size is move him into D tackle and hope to God that he can get after the quarterback and be as influential as Aaron Donald. So he goes from an 81 up to an 84 superstar. Let's go. Then we got a 73 defensive end in the third. I didn't know we didn't have a second round pick. I probably should have paid attention to that. In the fourth round here, we got a 77 superstar outside linebacker. He had a 7.8 combine grade. That's all I had. Didn't have any scouting done on him. And obviously for our scheme, he is going to be a defensive end. So I don't know if he is going to get a drastic bump. He might actually take a regression. So I want to make sure I show you the 77 before. There you go. Now it's down to a 76. Still a superstar player. Still very nice with that 89 finesse. We got a 70 corner. We got a 77 outside linebacker here. He had a 7.7 combine grade. So needed linebackers. Luckily not. There was multiple linebackers that had 7+ combine grades. More often than not, I would say if they're anything higher than a 7.2 and you don't have them drafted, you pretty much can pull the trigger and they're going to be all right. And Gaines here, 6'2", 228 with a quick dev is a beautiful pick in the 6th round. And then the 7th round, just go with the highest bench press. Again, it's year 1 of these rebuilds. We don't have any scouting done for the most part. It's just whatever the computer did. So, you know, a lot of times you got to kind of, I don't want to say cheese the system, but use what you know about what prospects look good, what they need to have in the draft. And usually it works out pretty well. But there you go. 84 overall superstar Josh Covington from Wisconsin. Aaron Donald 2.0. Let's get it. Alright, so as we begin the first year of our final rebuild here, we look not bad. This is probably one of the better starting teams that we have had. We got Ellinger 88, we got a young up-and-coming running back here. Our wide receiver tandem is pretty damn good. Offensive line, no one below a B, which is a good starting point. Definitely need to shore up that right side, but, you know, other than that, we're fine. We got a 90 overall tight end. Defensively, we were terrible entering the offseason. Now, you know, we drafted a superstar 84. Beautiful. You got a superstar D-end here in Deve Sermons. Deve, well, I don't know. That's a stupid name to begin with. But either way, 2 studs. 2 absolute studs. We got an 85 outside linebacker in free agency. Barry Lippett, 26. He also has quick dev, so we very well could hit a 90 before too long. So in reality, what are linebackers' ages? He's 28. He's probably not going to get much better. He's 26. So, I mean, in reality, looking at where we could get better with our team, Griffin is 79. He's 28. Moody, oh my God, he's a superstar. Perry Moody, but he's 33. In reality, we still need we need a D tackle, a D end, an inside linebacker, a strong safety, maybe. I mean, he is 26, but he got that slow dev on the defense, and then we're fine. And offensively, I think we're gonna be all right. So let's see what happens here. All right, the midway point, we're 3-5, which is a good starting point. Already triple the amount of wins we had last season. Now looking at free agency, Delpit, we have Parnell, we have Sapp. We have Acho. Debatably, we want Strickland back. A lot of these guys we do not want to leave. Hey, even Johnson at 26, quick dev. We're gonna have $0. $0 going into the next period of free agency. But right on. And a year 1 made the playoffs 10-6, taking on division rival Seattle Seahawks 11-5 in the wild card matchup. As there you go, 1-2, we're going to find out immediately who the best team in the NFC West was. Looking at our stats on the season, Sam Ellinger will round that up, giving a generous 4,000 passing yards, 29 TDs to 13 picks. That's numbers. Those are all right. I would expect more out of my, what is he up to? 89 overall quarterback, but, you know, all right. Could be worse. Marshall Pearson, 1,500 yards, 13 rushing touchdowns. This guy's a superstar. This guy's a superstar in the making. Got that superstar dev trait, still at 17,000 XP in the bank. Unbelievable player. Unbelievable. Wide receivers, we got Margarito Parnell, 8, led the team with 87 catches, 900 yards, 6 TDs. We got 706 from Colby Parkinson, our tight end, 1,002 from Jason Killing, 770 and 10 from Stephon Gardner. So all of our receivers were able to get involved. And look at our running back, 300 yards, 4 touchdowns as well. So that puts him close to 50, 60, up to 1,800 yards and, you know, bunch of TDs, over 15 touchdowns. So he should definitely be in the Offensive Player of the Year conversation. On the defensive side of things, we got 146 tackles, 2 picks from Kelvin Dixon, 122 tackles, 3 picks from Rayshon Jeanty. On the sacks front, we got 11.5 sacks from Sermons, the outside linebacker that we converted to defensive end with a superstar dev. He's up to an 81, and we have 21,000 XP to spend for him. 4.5 sacks, 69 tackles, 7 tackles for loss from our D tackle Covington. Well, as well as a superstar. He's our first round draft pick, and he has 20,000 XP as well. Beautiful. And on the defense side, we got 4 picks from Strickland, Acho, 3 from Genty. All in all, it's all right. Yearly awards MVP went to Trevor Lawrence of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's just see if we have any players that we remember, though. Look, Kawhi Stark, we drafted him. We are what? In the NFC Offensive Player of the Year, Hosley. I don't see any Rams. Pearson, our running back, coming in at number 6. Defensive Player of the Year. I don't think we have. Oh, look at that. Kelvin Dixon, our middle linebacker, coming in at 6. Offensive Rookie of the Year. No one. Okay. Defensive Rookie of the Year. What? Servant's runner-up. You already have the superstar depth, so I guess we're fine. Covington at 4. Towns at 9. Gaines at 10. I mean, we got a bunch of guys here. Bunch of guys. Which is awesome. So, let's jump into the playoffs. As always, it's year 1, so we're just going to sim it through. See how far we can go. Maybe win a Super Bowl year 1 and ease the pressure for the remainder of the rebuild. Okay, so our first playoff experience wasn't the best, but it was a shootout. It was a shootout. We lost 36-28. You know, we 500 yards each. Could have went either way. On the game, let's look more so at our team. Ellinger, 375 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. That's, you know, pretty good game for his standards. 77 yards from Pearson, did not step up, considering he was our best player on the offensive side of the ball. 127 yards on 9 catches for Gardner. He had a TD. But all our big receivers did pretty well. On the defensive side, we got 13 tackles from Dixon. We were unable to... Oh, we were able to. Sermons and Turner both got sacks for us. And we got a pick from Strickland and a pick from Walker James. But still was not enough at the end of the day to move on. But we got our feet wet in the playoffs. We're setting the standard for the remainder of the rebuild at playoffs or bust. I'm going to do my best to win at least 1 Super Bowl in Season 2 of the Ultimate Rebuild. Alright, so here's our draft class for year number 2. Very solid draft class. In the first round at pick 23, we had a 78 wide receiver from Clemson. Kind of developing into wide receiver university. 6'3", 223 with 94 speed. Normal dev, nothing too spectacular, but could make a push to start next season because we are aging a little bit. In the second round here, we got a defensive end, 72. Not too great, but we're going to slide him into D tackle, where he is going to be our run stopper to complement what we got last year. Because last year, the DN that we got in the first round is a pass rusher, and he goes to a 76 Jeremiah Golden. 76 normal. In the third round, we got Casey Nichols, 76 quick, was projected to go in the 5th. Didn't attend the combine, but I had him scouted. I was like, okay, you know, I always get, anytime there's anyone that does not attend the combine, I'm very tempted to draft him. And I did it, and it worked out. 76 quick. Also, Bernard did not attend the combine. He was projected to go in the 3rd round. And I was like, okay, cool, we're going to grab you. 4th round here, we got a 77 normal dev right guard. Again, just go with the high bench press, nothing too hard. Here was a great one. Again, high combine grade. Any linebacker, usually over a 7'2", that doesn't have terrible stats is going to be good. And we got Randall Buckley from Wisconsin, 79 quick inside linebacker, which will help shore up that. Kind of whiffed on a pick here in the 6th round. I needed center depth. We only had one on the roster. He was not very good. And we got a starting punter, Harris Lorig, 96 kick power, which is nice. So all in all, solid draft, nothing spectacular. We, continue to add some depth as we enter year number 2. So as we jump into year number 2, here is our roster. Still led by Sam Ellinger, who's an 88. Pearson, however, has had a massive jump. Now a 91 overall, the face of this offense. Our wide receiver core is still very well rounded, including our tight ends, no one below a B+. Offensive line, we have 3 A's in the middle, and our tackles are serviceable. Plus, 84 is not bad. Can't ask for much more than that. The defensive side, we are improving. We are definitely improving. Delpit and James make up our safety pairing with an 83 Strickland and 89 Acho at corner. So that is a decent secondary. Defensive front, looking good. We got Joseph in free agency. Very 84 quick out of Tennessee. We got Towns, not the strongest. Covington, our first round draft pick last year, up to an 86. Sermons, who led the team in sacks, up to an 82. I think he started out as like a 76. So that's a 6-point upgrade in 1 year. And our linebacking core is solid. All B's across the board. So I'm excited. I'm excited to get into this year. We made the playoffs last year, so that is pretty much the floor that we want to hit for this season. I think we should be competitive once again. All right, mid-season point, 5-2. Very acceptable. looking at our free agency signings, we have to pretty much hold on to our studs because we do not have enough time to rebuild. And luckily enough, our team is locked up through the final year of the rebuild, minus our 92 left guard, which we are going to pound out a deal. But still, we're not going to have very much in terms of free agency to spend around. So, luckily enough, we've been able to rely upon good draft classes and holding on to our own players. So let's finish up this year, hopefully with another playoff appearance, another chance. All right. And year number 2, back-to-back in the playoffs. Wild card once again. At least we're hosting against the 10-6 Philadelphia Eagles. Looking at our players, we won the NFC West. So again, in just a 2-year period, we took the Rams from the worst team in the NFL to back-to-back playoff appearances and one NFC West title, which I think is pretty respectable. On the year, Sam Ehlinger, 4,500 passing yards, 29 TDs to 16 picks. That's about as good as we're going to get with him, which is, it's acceptable. We do have Justin Fields here as our backup. If you're a fan of the Georgia Bulldogs right now, you probably know who he is. Running the ball, we got 1,400 yards, 11 TDs from Pearson. We got 10 touchdowns from McGee, so a nice two-headed running back attack with Pearson is pretty damn good. Receiving front, we got 900 yards, 4 TDs from Gardner, 856 and 3 from our tight end Parkinson, 1,105 from Killings, and 1,011 from Margarito Purnell. And on the defensive side, we got 130 tackles from Shawn Genty, plus 2 picks. We got 10.5 sacks from Sermons, who's a monster. And we got 4 picks from Strickland, 4 picks from Delpit, 2 from GT. Overall, man, the sacks aren't that great, considering that no one else hit 5. Interceptions are acceptable, though. Quick look here at the yearly awards. MVP went to Spencer Rattler of the Panthers. More so, get double Browns. Get out. Shut the front door. Okay. NFC Offense Player of the Year went to Rattler. Still, let's see if we can find any Rams. Sam Ehlinger, very nice, coming in at 9 with pretty average stats, to be honest with you. Defensive Player of the Year went to Carol Powers. No Rams. Offensive Rookie of the Year went to Rayshawn Johns of the Cowboys. No Rams. Defensive Rookie of the Year went to Trey Zellner of the Giants. Casey Nichols, our corner, coming in at 7. So, no great individual efforts, but a good team performance to win the NFC West. And now we're going to try to have a decent playoff run. Because we're 2-0 in the playoffs, I'm going to go ahead and sim this one and assume that maybe the team we actually built can succeed in the sim. If not, year 3, we're gambling that we'll make the playoffs, and then we will take it over from there. So let's see what happens here against the Philadelphia Eagles in the wild card. All right, might be cursed. Don't know. Loss, 1 and done once again, 33-27 against the Eagles. Looking at how Ehlinger did. Oh, not good. Not good. 150 yards, no touchdowns, 1 pick. Marshall Pearson put the team on his back, though. 123 yards, 3 touchdowns. He's a superstar. Defensively, we got 13 tackles from Gaines. No sacks. We got 1 pick from Rayshawn Genty. But, again, man, we're just getting stuck with these quarterbacks that can't win. That's pretty much the mantra. I guess every single rebuild from now on. If the quarterback's not already a 90 and under 27, I should just try to draft a superstar quarterback or something. All right, we got 1 more year. See what we can do. Try to go all in out the first Super Bowl and win at least 1 Super Bowl in Season 2 of the Ultimate Rebuild. All right, it's the final free agent period of the final episode of a season, which means we can kind of go all in, which is what we are doing. We have we're going right up against the wire. We're going all in on C.J. Henderson. Now, if you remember C.J. Henderson a couple rebuilds ago, might have been the... what rebuild would it have been? Lions? I think it was the Lions. We're going to go with the Lions. Like, he had 10 picks for us. So we're going to try and recreate that. Because we did not get, be it sacks, be it picks. We need to get more turnovers. Something needs to happen. So we went all in. We get an 87 overall center, which would be a massive upgrade because our current center just retired. So now we're sitting with a 69. We have no strong safety. 84 Pruitt is sitting here. That'd be awesome. We're leading bidder there. And we have Devon Donaldson, who's a real player from Miami. He's getting up there in age, but he is a 10-point, 11-point upgrade at right tackle. We'll bring some veteran presence here on the offensive line. Because really, no one that we're going to draft. We might get 1 guy. If we can hit on like an 80+, he might be able to make an impact as a rookie. But other than that, we have 1 final year. We have no future prospects, so we need to hit and land all 4 of these free agents. At least 3. All right, we got all of them except the center, which, I feel like the offensive line was where we were fine the most because we could probably find 1 guy that could start, just go all in, draft the best offensive lineman, and move into where we're weak. More often than not, a tackle or a guard. When you move to center, they get a bump to their rating. So probably best case scenario, but we did get 96 C.J. Henderson. We should hopefully get a lot more turnovers on the defense. So let's go through the draft and then get ready for Super Bowl or bust year number 3. All right, looking at our draft recap. Not the strongest of drafts, not the greatest of drafts. No one below a 70, which is alright. But no real great picks. We got a 76 center who could start, 76 normal, 75 wide receiver that quick. He's our best pick that we had. 72 safety. We have a 77 right guard. I just took him to see. Let's see if we make him a center if he goes up any. I was just looking for best offensive lineman available. So he goes from a 77 to a. Okay, we're no further along. Who's better? Who's going to be our starting center? We got 87, 77, 83, 87. You got 90, 80, 78, 9. We're probably going to go with Cummings as our starting center from the Alabama. But all in all, not a good draft class. Doesn't really matter because it's our third and final year. So let's pop into the season. Final season. Do or die time. Our offense is the weakest it's been the entire time. Pearson is up to a 93, but our wide receivers are, one of them retired, and tight end started out as, what was he, a 90? Now he's an 83. Offensive line used to be all A's in the middle. Now we got 2 A's and a C+. Tackles regress. Everyone's regressing. Defense is actually looking pretty good. Sermon's is up to an 89. Covington's an 88. Still have a weak link here at left end, but our corners, we added C.J. Henderson. We have Ocho and Strickland. That's what's all, looking nice. Safety pairings looking nice. Linebacking core is looking nice. But the offense, I'm a little bit worried. Maybe I should have actually, take last year's playoffs seriously because it might be the only time we can make it. But come on, final year of the season. Playoffs. Come on, Ellinger. Do it. Do the deed, Al. Fuck yes, let's go. First round bye. First round 98. Pearson's up to a 98. Just spent their XP. Finished with an 11-5 record. We got the bye. Fine. That is the first time ever that we've been not only 11-5 and got a bye, but tied in a division and got a bye. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. All we needed. It's all we needed. I'm gonna pop bear this thing. We're gonna try to guide this into the Super Bowl. Ellinger pretty much doing what he's done all year, around 4,000 give or take yards. 300 short, 29 TDs, 10 plus picks. It's not nothing too spectacular. Running the ball though, Pearson 1,700 yards, 8 TDs. We got 13 touchdowns from Frazier, so we have a really good running back attack. Receiving, we got no one over 1,000, but Purnell was decent year, Parkinson decent year. Almost 1,000 yards from Killings, 5 TDs, 10 touchdowns from Armani Bernard. So it was a collaborative effort. And on the defensive side, we got 133 tackles from Genty, 118 from Sintamuel Gates, as well as 3 picks. We got 10.5 sacks from Sermons, who's been a monster for us, as we've pretty much struggled to get sacks from anywhere else on the team. And in the secondary, Ocho 5 picks, 5 picks Strickland, 4 picks Pruitt, 4 picks C.J. Henderson, our big-time free agent signing, 3 from Gaines, 2 from Lippett. So you add a playmaker like C.J. Henderson, and everyone else's game rises. So that is awesome. We have one of the most lethal secondaries in the National Football League. Yearly awards, MVP went to Keontae Hansen of the Packers. We still got Trevor Lawrence doing his thing for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Deshaun Watson, Spencer Rattler. That's pretty much it for real players anyways. NFC Offensive Player of the Year went to Spencer Rattler once again. Marshall Pearson coming in at number 8. Defensive Player of the Year went to Wendell Poole of the Seattle Seahawks. We had no one. Offensive Rookie of the Year went to Keontae Hansen of the... Well, he won MVP and he was a rookie. At least we're getting out of the race now. Sherman Gates came in at number 8. He is our wide receiver. Defensive Rookie of the Year went to Lavaris Byram of the Saints. We had nobody. Doesn't matter. So, we're into the playoffs. We're trying to win at least one Super Bowl. Is in the cards for it to happen for us this year. Let's find out who we're playing on in the divisional round. Let's make them pay. We're going to pop bear this. We're playing the Bucks in the divisional round. I feel confident. That we can win this one. They're at 85 or 84 overall team. We're at 89. So we're holding them to field goals. We're going to step in here, though, because it looks like we're struggling to get any momentum in their half here in the first quarter. So we're going to pop in here. Actually, the clock's rolling, so just give us a little set of blue balls before we're coming in. We have a turnover already. I don't know if that's Ellinger. He probably was responsible for it, knowing him, the gunslinger that he is. We're coming to 3rd and 3. Our strength is our run game, so clearly we're going to try to throw the ball. Boom! It's Bernard. Moves the chains. Already puts us in field goal range. Field goal would be the worst thing to happen, but if we get into the red zone, give them benefit of the doubt. Oh my god, we missed the field goal! What is this, the first week of this game being out? For the red zone once again. I feel like that missed field goal might come back to bite us in the ass. We'll come in right now and see if we can get a touchdown here. Let's find something we can throw to the end zone. We'll slot cross. I mean, you know, it's kind of annoying. Missed field goal. Come on. Oh, wide open. There you go. Bernard's going to be our go-to option right in the slot. We're going to go no huddle. I'm going to... Actually, no, we're not. Actually, yes, they are, because I want to finish off this drive. I want to put 7 up on the board. Make it a nice... Maybe you can go for 2. Make it a 21-9 game. But our defense is doing good. Holding them all to field goals. Off the back foot, Bernard again. That's the only guy we're going to throw to. So he gets a touchdown. That was pretty easy. Good protection from the offensive line. So, beautiful thing. Moving on. Guess we just went for the 1. Oh, we can kick a field goal at the end of the half. 54 yards. But again, this guy missed an extra point, so I don't know what his legs look... Oh, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Oh, and it's in. What a way to end the first half. 23-9. The Rams are all over the Bucks. We need our defense to keep, you know, kind of pinching the shutout here. We were able to get a touchdown right away. I feel confident that we should be able to find ourselves into the NFC Championship game. 37-15. We're showing that we're truly are the dominant team. The game is finding out that we haven't won. We haven't even got to the Super Bowl in 5 seasons, so it's, hey, maybe we'll give them one. As we move past the Bucks, 37 to 15. Sam Ehlinger, 4 touchdowns on the day, 108 yards rushing for Marshall Pearson. As we are moving on to the NFC Championship. All right, NFC Championship game against the Philadelphia Eagles. We do not want to lose this one. So on the opening drive, we were able to punch it in for a touchdown, and it looks like our defense is actually containing them a little bit. 3rd down in the red zone, we're coming in because I need to win this game. I need to at least get the Super Bowl. If we can at least make a Super Bowl, and if we lose it, yeah, but at least 1 Super Bowl appearance out of the 5 rebuilds in Season 2, I think is somewhat acceptable considering all the teams we're going to. We're just murderer's row of quarterbacks, be it Matt Stafford, Jameis Winston. All those guys weren't favorable scenarios for us to take over. As Joe Rogan's very happy. Joe Rogan's looking a little puffy in the face. But we're able to punch it in. 2 straight touchdowns. Our defense is playing decent. They're playing good enough to win, but it looks like we are collapsing here late in the second half, but still holding on to the lead. We're in the red zone. We punch it in for a touchdown, whereas the Eagles are just settling for field goals. That's never a recipe for success. We're going to pop it in here on 3rd down. We'll go slot cross, because you know we're going to try to target our favorite weapon, Bernard. Move the chains. I think any score here should probably be good enough. Oh, come on. Oh, what a pass to Bernard. Guys, incredible. Looking like greatest show on turf. Is that Torrey Holt? Is that Torrey Holt reincarnated? Come on, finish it off. Gets the touchdown. The Philadelphia Eagles are taking way too much time to put up any points. 3rd down alert. I guess, you know, we should try to get it. They're chewing the clock down here a little bit. 28, obviously they could get a score. But we are a run for... Is that Fletcher Cox is still playing? There's no way. Oh, there we go. Oh, he's almost gone. He almost broke it. But that's good enough to seal the game off. Seal the victory for the Rams. Who 179 yards on the day for Pearson. As the Rams knock off the Eagles. 28-20 to go to the Super Bowl. It was the Pearson show. 179 yards on the day. As the Philadelphia Eagles are going home. And the Rams are going to the ship. All right, here we go. Super Bowl time against the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't know what Super Bowl it is. 97? Who knows at this point? But we're going up against the Chiefs. Both these teams fairly evenly matched. I actually think we're both 89 overall. We got to come in. We got to try to equalize here. We're using, of course, if we're playing with the Rams, we're using maybe my favorite uniforms. Actually, I scratched it. Second favorite. My favorite uniforms in the NFL today, because Philadelphia obviously won't. They're too scared to go to Kelly Green part-time. I don't want it full-time, just part-time. I really do like the all-black Falcons, the black and red ones. Oh, right there. Dump that in. Bernard! This is the only guy, I think, every time we've come in. Bernard's the only guy we're targeting. And he's able to take that Ehlinger pass into the end zone for a touchdown. Hopefully our field goal kicker will make it, and he does. But it looks like defensively, it's going to be a battle. They're moving the ball, but they settle for a field goal. So it's our time once again to come in. Probably going to throw it to Bernard. And, oh, he's our slot guy. All right. Move the chains. Okay, we'll just go to Bernard again. And that was close. That tackle got beat. We're 7-7. We're perfect on the drive. Ellinger is feeling it. He does not want to be nice. He knows this is probably his last opportunity to get to a Super Bowl. We're able to punch it in for a touchdown. We have 2-minute drill. Let's go deep. Let's make this a quick 2-minute drill. I feel like with the way that our defense is kind of tightening up here in the end of the second half, 21 points is a good score to have going into the second half. But yeah, for every time we play, we actually haven't used our running back. Our running back is our best player in Pearson. And for the most part, we have just been throwing it to Bernard. So we'll see if we can get him involved in a couple screen passes, move it ourselves downfield here, some chunks. Couple plus 10s as we are close to the 50-yard line. Perfect on the day. Ellinger 9-9. I have found out something. I don't know if you guys do. Is that when your quarterback is like 9-9, 10 of 10. A lot of times, if there's is there like a 50-50 interception or something like that, the other team will drop it. It seems like the game's like rewarding you for being accurate so far. As Parkins, oh my God, just wanted it more. He just wanted it more. Let's move it on. We'll go 4 verts. We push it downfield. I know our speedster is Purnell. He has I think he has 95 speed. So see if he can get behind the defense here. Oh, that's a bad pass. Oh, but it's to Bernard, and he catches everything as we continue to be perfect on this drive. Let's go middle, high, low. See if we can get Bernard again. Primary receiver on the route. Oh, my God. Oh, let's go! This guy's incredible. He's like an 80 overall. He is incredible. Catches everything. The fight for that, my God. I love Bernard. I love this Bernard guy. He's a Gruden grinder of the day. All right, they're going for it on 4th down. They settled for a field goal, but this looks like a lot of back and forth. I think it might be convenient for them to get the 2-point conversion and tie it up. But they weren't. Our defense stands tall. But you know they have that. They have that in the bank here. Is that 2-point conversion to tie it up with 8. So here we go. Come on, let's seal the deal. Third down alert. Oh, end this. Doesn't matter. Any points ends this. And there you go, finally. It took the full second season for us to win the Super Bowl, but at the end, when it counts, through remarkable effort from Bernard, who was pretty much our go-to guy throughout these playoffs, and that touchdown, just to not only to catch it, make absurd catches, but then to get that animation, whatever that was, that tackle animation, to fight and get into the end zone. That's stuff that I constantly just complain that Madden doesn't have enough of, because there are some players that will not be denied. Throwback to Greg Jennings, who puts the team on his back, though. We need that kind of intangible factors, and Bernard has that in absolute spades, as the Rams have won the Super Bowl. Of course, you got to watch all these cutscenes here to make this video a little bit longer, because we want to obviously show them lifting the trophy. Our reward for putting in one hell of an effort. Oh, that right there, getting in 3 Kansas City Chiefs on him would not be denied. He is definitely player of the game. He's player of the series. He's player of maybe the ultimate rebuilds. We have not had a dominant performance. Pearson got player of the game for 131 yards and a TD. That was more so with the sim, but we all know who the real MVP was. Bernard. First name unknown at this point. But there you go. Yeah, Pearson, Ellinger, killing. Oh, Bernard better be up there. I don't think he is. Oh, come on. Bernard's not even getting the limelight. Joe Rogan's there handing out the trophy to Genty. But there you go, boys. Rams won the Super Bowl. So, thank you for watching this episode, but we're not done yet. We still got to get ready for an entirely new season with new players kind of restarting. So we're going to pop out here, see who the worst team was, or if not, we'll have a nice little poll of teams, and then that will wrap up the episode. Alright, so as we get ready to start the 3rd season, here are all the teams that we could take a look at controlling. So we've already done the Colts. So that I'm kind of going to give us this grouping. So we have the Washington Redskins, we'll have the Buffalo Bills, we'll have the Carolina Panthers, and the Chicago Bears. Now the Bears are going to be interesting because we're starting fresh. So you're going to start with Mitchell Trubisky, Roquan Smith, Anthony Miller, and all the guys they just brought in. Panthers, obviously with Cam Newton, Christian McCaffrey. The Bills, the Josh Allen era, beginning in Buffalo, or with the Washington Redskins, who, I'm not going to lie, probably the team I want. I want to either do the Bills or the Bears, to be honest with you. But you guys, follow me on Twitter, which is @PapaXC4 for the poll. That's probably the easiest way to vote, which it should still be up by the time you see this video. If not, whatever, leave a comment in the comment section below what team you want to see. Either way, because I don't know if I'm going to record the next video right away, which is going to benefit the Twitter people, or if I'm going to wait and look at the comments. It's a benefit of following me on Twitter. You get that access. So check that out. But thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Ultimate Rebuild as we wrap up season number 2. As always, if your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. And until next time, it's C4 saying peace out.